Hi guys, welcome to a new video. Today we're going to look at a couple small portulacaria afras. This one here is styled as a semi-cascade. I've got this branch coming down just below the rim of the pot. I've got to clean the top up a little bit and decide if I want to bend some more of these or what I'm doing with that. And this one over here is just a kind of an informal upright. It's got some wire on it to add some movement in the trunk. Just got to trim that up a little bit. Take a look at that wire. It looks like it might be biting into the trunk a little bit, so we'll clean that up. So I think we'll work on the cascade one first. So we'll set this one aside for now. Let me scoot this over. I just got it sitting on a upside down bonsai training pot just to keep it off the ground so this doesn't hit the ground. So let's take a look at it. I think I mentioned in one of my other videos, this has been a rough year for me with aphids, and this one also got attacked a little bit. And some of the treatment, and with the aphids, it lost a few leaves, but it's coming back. So it's not growing as vigorous as some of my other ones. This is new growth up here. Up here is a couple inches of new growth, but it could be where it's at on my plant shelf too. It's not getting quite enough light. This part down here is not getting as much light as the top, so I'll reposition it once I get done working on it today. So today, let's see here. Trying to decide what I want to do. I'd like to get a nice little pad developing here, but I still want it to lean towards the left here. So I don't know that I want to keep this growing back, or unless I can maybe put some wire on it and move it over here. Let's just trim some of these back first and then kind of see where I want to go with it. Maybe I'll keep this long because I like that down there. And I like this branch back here just to give it some depth. When you're looking at it, it fills that negative space there. So I've got this branch here, it goes up towards the back, but then I've got this branch that comes to the left, so I think I'll get rid of that there, and that way it kind of automatically, naturally creates that movement back to the cascade side that I'm looking for. So I think we'll leave that. Still don't know if I want to bend that down a little bit more or not. I think I might. So I think we might get a little piece of wire here. See if we can add a little movement to that branch. It's going to be tough to get this anchored in here. I'm going to stick it in the soil and then start around the trunk. I'm not sure if this wire is thick enough to get the bend that I'm looking for, but if it's not, we'll just put another piece on. Okay, got the wire on there. Let's see if we can get it bent over without breaking it. That's looking better. Yeah, almost kind of gives it a little windswept look too, so it's nice. Now that I've bent that over, this one, I'm not sure I like the way that looks. Might be able to bend that over a little bit. Now that I've bent that, this one's facing down, so we'll get rid of that. Let's see. Not sure what I want to do with that. I think we'll shorten it up. I just think it interrupts the flow too much, because it's nice. It would be nice to have it come up and continue to flow out, and this just kind of breaks that and almost comes back and points right at you. So I think we'll get rid of that. Clean that up a little bit. And we'll bend this back to the front some. And as I'm bending it, I was twisting it too to bring this branch up a little bit instead of pointing down. It's about as far as I can go with it though. I'm hearing some little creaks and cracks. That's when you want to stop. Take some of these back shorter. This one's pointing straight up, so I think we'll just get rid of that. Yeah, I think it's better. Just cleaning that branch up a little bit. This one's kind of growing back. This one's growing back a little bit, but it's short enough. I don't think it really messes with, and eventually this leaf, you know, one of these will turn into a branch, so hopefully I can get a branch coming out towards the left side. All right, I think that might, take a quick look here. I see this, I've got a branch back here that's facing down. We'll get rid of that. And I'm not going to be too worried at this stage with the downward facing leaves to get the pads developed. It needs to thicken up and kind of fill in more before I'm to that stage of refinement. Just, you know, this is just one of those maintenance prunes just to kind of keep it moving in the right direction. And I think that really improved it, you know, getting rid of all this clutter up here, so it's got that nice cascade windswept look. So I think we'll leave that one there. Give you a quick spin around so you can see it. So there's the front, left side, back, right side, and back to the front. So we'll set this one aside. And work on this other one. And I think I've shown this one in a previous video. And it just needs another light prune at this stage. We're getting rid of some of these dead leaves that have fallen. And some of these leaves, they're just going to naturally fall when, just through the normal course of growing, but then also change in environments, when you bring them outside and inside. Plus, I had to treat this one too, and just with some of the treatment with the neem oil, soap and water, it caused some of the leaves to shrivel up a little bit and fall off. But no big deal. So that's kind of where we're at on this one. So it does look like I've got some points down here. If you can see this, try to get in close. Some of this wire is starting to bite into the trunk, so I'm gonna go ahead and take the wire off, see if the trunk's holding its shape, and if not, we'll put a new piece of wire on. It looks like it's biting in up here a little bit too, but hopefully not too bad. I don't know if I can get to the top of it to unwind it, or just get rid of some of these leaves just so I can see. I think it's almost too small to unwind, so I'm just going to start trimming some of the wire. I use some of these needle nose pliers just to get in there and grab the wire once I cut it. I'm going to try to unwind it and see how it goes without causing too much damage. Yeah, it looks like it's going to come off. Yeah, okay. I think we're in good shape. Yeah, that came off nice, and I have a decent sized piece of wire that I can reuse on something else. Lost a couple leaves, but that's all right. Yeah, you can see, if you can see that in there, it did bite into it just a little bit. This one's a little deeper than I like to see. Hopefully not too bad. That should thicken up and grow back in, hopefully. But here's kind of the front of the tree. As you can see, it kind of leans towards the front. Ideally, I wanted it to lean over a little bit that way, so I might put some new wire on just to add a little bit more movement to it. Get the top trimmed up first. Nothing major, just getting it back in shape. Get rid of some of these downward leaves. Open that up a little bit in here. Some of these big leaves here. Move those out. I'm not going to thin it out too much. I want to keep the leaves on there just to continue to let it grow. Because they have slowed down a little bit since they've been inside for about 2.5 months now under grow lights, so they do slow down. Don't grow as fast as they did outside, but they're still putting on growth, which is good. I think this got a decent movement. Let me look at it from... It's still kind of straight looking, even though we've got a bend over here, which is kind of nice. I'd like to have, if you look how it's still kind of straight. I'd like to add a little bit more movement like that. I think we'll put a little... I'm not going to reuse the one I just took off because the trunk's getting thicker now. I think I need something a little bit thicker to hold the shape. I think we'll use this one. And this is a 2.5 mil wire. I think the one I took off was either probably a 1.5. So we'll stick it down into the soil to get it anchored good. And then I'm going to try to avoid the spots where the previous wire was, just so I don't aggravate the already existing wounds. Let's see here, keep going up to the top. So if I want to get a little bend coming down on the top, I can. There we go. We'll do that. And I don't know if you saw that, but I was gripping it a little too tight and my thumb slipped and it peeled some of the bark off. Not too big a deal. That'll heal back up and new bark will grow on it. But I just wanted to show you that things happen and you just kind of have to roll with it, and they'll heal themselves. Just adds a little bit more character the way I look at it. Yeah, now I've got that movement I was looking for. Nothing wrong with if you want to keep the trees straight and more natural. I just like to add movement in a lot of my trees. I do have some that are straight, but I just think I find this a little more interesting. It's not for everybody, like I said, but bonsai is a creative outlet, so you can kind of do what makes you happy. So looking at it from the side, I still have that forward lean a little bit, and then now looking at from the front, we've got a little movement coming this way and then back to the side. So I think we'll call that done for the day. Let's see if I can add a little bit more bend. Yeah, I'm trying to bring this top down a little bit, just so it kind of has that little swoop and cascade look to it. I think that'll work. I think that'll be it for that one. Give you a quick spin around. There's the front. There's the left side. There's the back. Right side. And back to the front. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.